Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We have another What Sold video for you today, and these are the sales from April 14th to 20th, 2024, of course. And while we didn't have the same level of sales that we did in the last couple of weeks, we also didn't sell off any large Nintendo 64 bundles or expensive consoles or things like that like we did last time. So we still ended up with a very solid sales week, $799.46. So yeah, just a few cents shy of $800 in sales. There was a good margin though, 57.9%. So that makes for $462.79 of profit. Overall sold 39 items, 15 on eBay, 20 on Poshmark, including a 10-piece bundle, which was cool. And then 5 on Facebook Marketplace. Well, actually, 4 on Facebook Marketplace, sorry. One of those is an actual Marketplace deal, and then 3 of those items are going to a friend of mine, but I'm grouping them in as a Facebook buy because it's a local buy, basically. Alright, so let's get started on these $800 worth of sales. What did we actually sell? Well, first up was the third N64 Expansion Pack that I had available, so I had sold 2 of them the week prior, and this one here I sold on Facebook to a local person for $50 cash, so obviously no fees, no buy cost or anything. I came out of my own inventory, out of my own collection, so that's all $50 profit. And now I'm not going to show every single item here, but we had a 10-piece bundle on Poshmark, like I mentioned. This person got a great deal, obviously, but I'm okay with that. I think that overall this bundle would have come to somewhere around $240, $230, $240, something like that. If each of these items were purchased individually. But if someone's going to build a 10-piece bundle, it's like, wow, okay. So I'm automatically going to give 20% off if you buy 2 or more items from me. I look at this and I was like, you know what? I'm going to offer them $150. I think that's a very good price. It's only $15 an item. Most of these were, $25 items. So that's a pretty good offer. They actually did come back and countered at $125, and I was like, $125 is just $12.50 an item, but my buy cost is low enough that I can go ahead and do that. So did I really want to nitpick over that? So I let them go for $125. My total buy cost was $58.36. So really, after fees and everything all said and done, I mean, I did make $41.64, and I moved 10 pieces of clothing very quickly to the same person. Already got, the 5-star feedback on Poshmark. It's like, yeah, I'm happy to do that. Anyway, moving on to the next thing. This was Def Jam Vendetta for GameCube. So the cover art and the case and stuff were really quite faded on this, but the game was in good shape. This came out of my own personal collection. Sold it on eBay for $30 plus shipping. So yeah, after just a few dollars in fees, I made $25.22. Another little 2-piece bundle going out this time on Poshmark. This was a FootJoy gray and white polo and a Peter Millar gray quarter zip. I'll show those here as I'm talking about it, but essentially my buy cost in total was $12.66. Sold the bundle for $40, so I ended up making $19.34 on that. I always sold these New Tags J. Jill striped pants in like a cream and a navy. I've had these for quite a while, or longer than I expected them to last, to be honest. So I paid $7.88 for these, and I took an offer of $18 on Poshmark, and I made about $6.17 after fees. So I'm okay with that. I've had them, like I said, longer than I thought, so I was like, you know what, I'll just move these, and it's fine. Now, the GameCube game coming out of my own personal collection was Crazy Taxi. This sold on eBay for $29.99 plus shipping, so after the fees, I made $24.01. This New Tags Figs Gray Scrub Top, I paid $5.69 for this, and it sold on eBay for $17.24 plus shipping, so I made $8.05 in profit. These Lane Bryant jeans in a 24 petite, I paid $7.88. They sold for $20 with discounted shipping. So I did only make $4.16 on these, but these went to a repeat buyer on Poshmark who has purchased a few things from me. So I'm willing to make a deal for somebody who's going to keep coming back and buying more things. I mean, at most I was probably going to make like $7 or $8 on these jeans. So if I'm making $4 something, but I'm, you know, selling something else to a repeat buyer, that's fine. This ModCloth black button-up blouse in a 3X. Paid $6.33 and it sold on Poshmark for $21 with discounted shipping. So I made $6.51 after fees and stuff. This new with tags, this brand I'd never heard of before, but we don't see a lot of overalls, like jean overalls. So this new with tags, Love Moda was the brand. Again, I had no idea. I think they're pretty cheap, like overall. I don't know where they retail, but I paid $7.99 for them. They sold for $25.99 on eBay plus shipping, so I made $13.67. This Torrid aqua blue tie-dye button-up top. This sold very quickly. I paid $6.33 for it. Took an offer of $19 on eBay. I did cover the letter mail shipping, so I did only make like $5 something on that, but I'm happy to make a quick sale. The Patagonia Better Sweater blue medium, women's medium. So this I paid $7.48 for it, along with a couple of other Patagonia sweaters, you know, that I picked up not far. I sold this on April 16th. What I'm trying to say is within 2 weeks of selling this, I had also picked up 2 other Patagonias along with this one. They had both sold, and now this one sold. So I paid $7.48 for it. It sold for $32, and I made about $17 altogether. These LL Bean beige nylon hiking pants in a size 16. I paid $7.88 for these. Sold on eBay for $18.25. All said and done, I made $7.50, so about a double up on those. This Torrid blue floral top, I paid $6.33. Took an offer of $17. And actually, this person ended up making a separate purchase the next day, I think. Yeah. So I was able to then send things together. So the other thing that they purchased was this Torrid black lace trim blouse. And again, that was a $6.33 buy cost. And I let this one go for $13, knowing that, you know, I was quite a bit lower than I would have normally let it go. But because it was bundling along with the other item and I'd make that back on the shipping, I accepted that. So between the two of them, I made about $19.76 in profit. Sold these Asics GT2000 running shoes. These were in really nice shape. I think these were men's 11 or 12. I paid $8.73 for these. I sold them for $24. Again, I took a much lower offer than I would have, because I had these listed for like $40. But I knew that it was going to calculate per Canada Post, $26 or so to send these here in Canada, but I knew that I would be able to send them cheaper with UPS. So yes, I'm making money on the shipping, but I took a much lower offer, like 40% off offer, knowing that I'd make that back on the shipping. And upgrading to UPS, actually, even though I'm spending less on it, it is technically an upgrade to send something UPS in Canada in most cases, because it's going to show up 1 to 2 days earlier. So it's still a tracked expedited service, and it shows up quicker than Canada Post. So made $18.03 on those. And all right, so another mistake about this Patagonia stuff. I had said the other 2 had already sold. Well, no, that's not quite true, but this is the other one that did also sell. This was the men's shearling fleece pullover, and it had like a snap neck. And so this one was an $8.34 buy cost, because this one rang up as like a lightweight jacket. And same deal. I took a lower, I had this listed for about, I think it was in the 50s. And I took an offer of $35, which was a little bit of a lowball offer, but knowing that I'd make about $10 back on the shipping. Because, yeah, so there's no way, or at least I haven't figured out a way, to have eBay calculate both UPS and Canada Post in the same listing. It seems like if I want to use calculated shipping, I can do the Canada Post one, but for whatever reason, the UPS one, even though it's calculated, shows up under the toggle of flat rate shipping. So I don't get it. I don't understand. Maybe I can do that differently from the website, but I do everything from the app. So I can't like get it to calculate both. So I use the expedited parcel, And a lot of times that is what I'm sending, but I know that sometimes in Canada, certain areas, I'll make more off of that because I get that promotional rate through UPS. So anyway, really long-winded way of saying I got what I expected to get from this, which was about $28.69 in profit. Out of my own personal collection, I sold Paper Mario for N64. This was a good video game sale. This was, of course, a $0 buy cost. I sold it for $89.99 plus shipping, and I ended up making $71.72 after fees. And next we have this Peter Millar blue and purple striped polo. I paid $5.46 for this, sold it for $20 on Poshmark, and that's a $10.54 profit. These Polo Ralph Lauren all over print, like with crests, pants. These were a $33.30. These had a lot of watchers, and I'd been sending out offers on these left and right. Eventually somebody did buy these. They sent an offer of $25. I accepted. It cost me $7.88 for them, so altogether I made $12.09. This Travis Matthew gray polo with a Cadillac embroidered patch on there. That I paid $5.46 for. It sold for $22 plus shipping on eBay, and I made $11.35 in profit. Now we've got a bundle of 3 items. 2 of them I've had for a very long time, and then one not so long, but still a decent amount of time. So this is a 3-piece bundle. We've got this H&M like chevron pattern dress. I would never just pick this up, but this came as part of a bag sale. So it ended up actually only costing me average cost of goods of 82 cents. So I picked this up last year for 82 cents, figuring, you know what, even if I got like $10 or $12 for it, I'd be happy with that. Next was this Knox Rose, like yellowish dress. Dresses do cost me $7.99 after tax at my local place. And then there was this pair of Uggs. This was the Willow, was the model, and they were in a small size, a women's 6. So they took a while to sell, of course, and that was an $8.34 buy cost. So altogether, my buy cost on this was $17.15, and I sold the bundle for $36. So not a lot of profit, but $11.65, but I moved a couple of old items, so I was happy with that. And now a very old item, one of the very first clothing items I picked up, I'd say, was this Fortnite t-shirt, just a plain Fortnite t-shirt, men's medium. And this was back in the day. I know that Jamie and I have talked about this a lot on the podcast that we do, the A to Z Reseller podcast, where we talk about, hey, like, don't just buy things you think will sell or things that you think are cool. Anyway, I paid $5.18 for this back in the day, a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, and I let it go for $6 with free shipping because I just wanted to move it. So I technically lost $4.50 on this, but I actually earned back some money, like 62 cents of my initial buy cost, so I'm happy with that, just to move it. Now we've got this new with tags J. Jill pink hoodie. This was the second of 2 of these I had picked up probably about 2 months ago. So I paid $7.48. It sold for $35. And for some reason I didn't put a shipping cost in here for that, but doesn't matter because the buyer would have paid calculated shipping and it would have, oh no wait, this is Poshmark, I'm an idiot. $7.48, I don't put it in here because buyer pays shipping and it's not a factor on Poshmark. So yeah, $7.48 buy cost, it went for $35 and I made $17.69 in profit on that. And then the last 3 items are video games that I'm selling to a buddy of mine, and I'm calling them a Facebook deal, just local deal basically. But we've got Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii. I just recently picked up the definitive edition for the Switch, so when I get around to playing this series, I'll be playing them on the Switch, so I didn't need this Wii version anymore. So I'm selling that to him for $15, and then I got a couple of GameCube games here, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 and Burnout. And I'm going to do those for $7.50 a piece, or 2 for $15 basically. So those 3 games anyway, selling to him for $30. He's getting a bit of a deal, but that's all right. I'm getting some quick cash, so that is that. All right, $800 in sales, well, $799.46 for $462.79 in profit. Can't complain about that. Another pretty decent week. Yeah, last week was huge, but that was also selling off 2 very special edition consoles, and you know, obviously making a lot more profit because that was no buy cost on those. But I will take this week. That's a solid week for sure. So good payout. I'm filming this on a Tuesday, which is when I get my eBay payouts, and I also cash out my Poshmark balance on Sunday evenings, so it's in my account by Tuesday. And so you know, we're able to put a good like $600 and some back into the reselling account this week, and yeah, gear up because I'm going to be on vacation at the end of this week. So actually, when you're watching this video on a Thursday, probably that's when it's coming out. By the next day, I'm going to be on vacation for a week, and we're going to be hitting up tons of stores. We're going to be traveling all around, probably looking to sink, you know, a good chunk of money back in inventory because I'm going to be away for part of May for almost 3 weeks. I'm going to be doing some dog sitting in a community that's a ways away from home. It's in, like, you know, the area where we used to live. I was kind of trying to get away from it a bit this year, but these folks, you know, want to go visit some family and stuff, so I'm going to do that. So I'm not going to have the opportunity to do all kinds of sourcing and all that kind of stuff. So we want to get as much stuff bought before I leave for that, and then get everything processed, photographed and everything, and plan out so that I've got listings that I can do every day from away. And then I'll just come home maybe twice a week to pull and pack orders and stuff like that. So anyway, long-winded outro. Thanks very much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.